Test, test. Test, test. I better do a bumper.
Well, this JV contest against the Ephrata Tigers is about to get underway. So we thought we would hook up the equipment and give you guys an opportunity to see some of this action, those who can't quite get enough people in this stadium.
Yeah, the restrictions are still in effect. They'll change a little bit in a few days. We'll have a chance to talk about that, but here we go with the opening kickoff.
White pants, number 2.
Francisco Hernandez.
He gets driven down right about just past the...
Ball's loose, or looked like they're going to say forward momentum was stopped, but looked like there was a little wrestling for the ball. It didn't get to the ground, but it looked like one of the Knights defenders also had both hands on that ball.
Good coverage by the Knights.
Number 41 for the Knights. Oscar Cervantes, one of the first ones down in there on that play. This Ephrata Tigers JV team. We'll be interested to see. I was telling you before we started the broadcast.
Yeah.
They played Wahluke and beat Wahluke like 71 to 0, something like that. I don't know if that means a whole lot necessarily. Wahluke can. It depends on from year to year, and that was their first game as well. So we'll see if this Ephrata Tigers team competes well with the Knights.
Give on the right side. Met
Number
by
36. Hudson Sager, the running back.
Andon Delfaux, linebacker on the stop. 2nd down and 6. Or 7. Let's call it 7. 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7. Looking to throw on the out pattern over his intended receiver. Intended for number 82, Morgan. I got to make sure their name's right here on this deal. Is it Morgan Box?
That looks right to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, sometimes their last name's first, so.
No, first name first is
Gotcha.
the way it's set up there.
So I didn't see, is it number 4? Is it Handy? Hunter Handy, the quarterback?
Yes, it
4 or
is. It
14?
is number 4.
There's a
It's
14
4.
that's a quarterback too, so.
I believe it was 4. Let's see when they break the huddle. Yeah, that's number 4.
Yep. Handy, the quarterback, kind of sitting in that pistol formation. Again, pump fakes to the right, has to run for his life. He's going to tuck and run, and De La Rosa comes up, makes a good play from his cornerback spot.
Yeah, that's going to be a loss of about, well, they're moving that thing around a little bit. I think it's going to be a loss of about a yard.
4th down and 7 yards. Back for the Knights is that 40? Is that Kale? Can't
No,
tell.
it's 10.
Number
It's
10.
Gage Jinks.
Gage Jinks back deep for the Knights.
Gage has moved from quarterback to receiver
Okay.
this year for the JV.
Short poochy kick. If it gets a good bounce, he's going to be able to scoop it up. And he does. It gets hit. Good coverage by number 3, Kyler Black, as Gage kind of had to take it off his shin and was able to quickly pick it up.
Yeah, I think he was trying to still, make something of it, and in the process didn't pick up the ball as cleanly as he had hoped, and secured it just in time to get smacked pretty good. Knights' first possession from the Tigers' 45-yard line. It'll be Dylan Allred at quarterback with Eric Myrick in the backfield with him.
We're on a counter play on the right side. Blocked well, but I'm going to say number 36 actually read his lineman very well and snuck out in front and stopped them for even a loss.
36 Hudson Sager for the Tigers. Looks like they're going to give him it'll be a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, the left side took off on a pull to the right, and he scraped down very well. Pretty much no gain, 2nd down and 10. Play action. Allred keeps it, throws down the field. Wow, good pass. Really good pass. And
A penalty marker down?
What are they going to say? It's pass interference? I don't know about that, but I guess I'll take it if that's the call. But a good ball delivered, not quite caught.
Intended for number 7, Edgar De La Rosa. We haven't had a chance to talk about him on the varsity broadcast, but he's a kid who's got family ties here, and finally they moved to Royal City from Moses Lake. So he played football for Moses Lake last year as a freshman. He's a sophomore here in Royal, and good-sized kid, 6'2", 170-pounder, a ton of athleticism. I coached him in a defensive holding.
Defensive holding, not a pass interference, but
I coached him as a younger kid in a AAU baseball league, and he's an exceptional athlete. So I'd be curious to see as he over time learns this Royal system, how he fits in and with his athleticism.
that 10-yard penalty will bring it up to 2nd down and very short. That's going to take a shot deep. You watch.
Well, they should. 2nd down and 1. That's the rule.
And they hand off the right side. Follows his
Breaking the
blockers
rules.
very well. Eric Myrick on the carry down inside the 25-yard line. 1st down.
Gonna pick
About
up
11-yard
yards.
gain.
Nice cut. You know, he's not a real big guy. He kind of hides behind his lineman and then pounces out to the edge and makes a nice run there.
Allred keeps it on the design quarterback keeper right up the middle. Good run near 1st down yardage. It's going to be close to 10 yards. We'll see what they call.
I think he's going to be a yard short. Nice run. Gets to that linebacker level and then snap down just before 1st down marker. What's a big body at nose guard for the Tigers? 64 Max Taylor.
Sporting his Tiger Orange.
What do we got? Officials holding things up.
Side judge wanted something, but no penalty. Just it's probably an equipment thing. Someone needs to put their mask on. They're all kind of looking at each other.
They're not even communicating very well. Maybe that's what it is. His masks wasn't up around his nose properly.
Dylan's getting Eric.
Get us out of this ridiculous nightmare.
Gotta watch what you say on these high school broadcasts. You'll be nationally maligned if you're not careful.
That's nothing that would ever cross my mind. I promise you that.
Allred went to pump fake. The ball came out of his hands. He's going to make the most of what he can. Gets run to the linebacker, number 1, Dakota McAfee.
I think he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't think he's going to get that 1st down.
Yeah,
but he went to pump fake, and the ball just flipped out of his hand. I didn't see if he had an open man downfield, but
so 3rd and short, I say you go ahead and get the 1st down here in the red zone. That could be a keeper. It could be a handoff to the running back.
yeah, Dylan just follows his big center up the left side. 1st down inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. First set of downs for the Knights.
Pick up about 3 yards on that. Enough to move the sticks.
I always find it interesting. The white hats for JV and C squad games are really worried about keeping that clock running.
Yeah. Well,
I ain't getting paid enough to stay here for 3 hours.
They're not getting paid by the hour. It's a flat rate. Oh, no. Dylan's got blood on his elbow. He's got to come out.
So they'll send in Kale Jenks.
What'll happen is Gage will move to quarterback for a play.
Jump in.
He already knows the play because he was in the huddle, Gage, as he moves to quarterback from receiver.
His cousin Kale will jump in at wide receiver out far left. Jenks in shotgun takes a snap. They're going to let him throw it right off the bat. Floats it up high. Right there, touchdown. There we go, Dylan.
He stole his
Just stole his
play.
thunder. You have to pan down to Dylan getting served. He's like, okay, so I go out and you're gonna call a corner pass play and let him score.
Ball's on the 14-yard line.
And he makes it back in for the extra point. Net. Do we have too many guys now, or is Dylan down inside? Oh, he's the snapper. There he goes. He's the long snapper. Extra point. Low driving, but up and through by number 47 for the Knights. That is Isaac Torrell.
No, it's not.
It's not Isaac Torrell.
We'll figure this out. We'll figure it out when we come
It's
back.
not
from
Romero.
break. No,
he's the
it's
varsity
Angel.
kicker.
It's Angel.
Angel Vega.
Angel Vega. Angel Vega is wearing 47.
Okay, so he's not
Yep.
going to be 26. So the Knights first on the board. We'll take a quick break. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
It's your family road trip, your limousine, your business. It's what you drive. Take care of it at Point S Tire and Auto Service. For tires and expert service you can trust. Get to the point. Point S, expert service guaranteed.
The Farmers Business Network helps you, the producer, level the playing field by creating unprecedented transparency and competition for your business. We offer direct from the manufacturer convenience and pricing, as well as 0% financing until January 2021 on all chemical, seed, equipment, and operating loans. Be sure to check out our website at fbn.com. Or better yet, contact your local Washington representative, Michael Hebden, at 509-989-9756. That's Michael Hebden at 989-9756. Proudly serving farmers first.
Angel Vega set to kick off for the Knights.
Put it right to the 10-yard line. Number 81 on the return.
Tries to break out to the left side. He's met by a bunch of Knights. First by Andon Delfaux, and then number 50 for
Race
the Knights.
Eilers had his number 50, and then ultimately number 5, Dylan Allred, secures him to tackle. Ball out to about where are they going to spot it? Right at the 20-yard line. So this will be the second possession, offensive possession for the Ephrata Tigers.
Counterplay. Didn't quite get wrapped up on the backside, but he's going to be dropped for probably a loss nonetheless.
Outside linebacker number 55, Michael Gonzalez, read the play beautifully, stepped into the backfield and made the running back hesitate and gave enough time for the rest of the defense to catch up, tackling for no gain. Was he going to get maybe half a yard? What number was that running the ball? Did you catch
Was
that?
it that 26 or 36?
36.
36. 36. Name is Hudson Sager, the running back. Again, to give to say, oh no, actually they gave on that cross. Fly guy across the field. He'll get 2 or 3 yards and ultimately driven out of bounds. Number 81 on the carry is Joshua Green.
Number 20 for the Knights on the stop, Hunter LaFrance. So that's a 4-yard gain. Total of 11 rushing yards so far on the day for the Ephrata Tigers. No passing attempts no completions. I think there was one attempt.
And he looks to throw on that crossing pass. Ooh, a good catch. Gets right through the linebackers who were right there, and he brings him across midfield all the way into the Knight territory. So 15 yards after the catch, or even 20 yards after the catch.
Big first down. That's number 80, Tyler Rain. Gain of, 31?
Yeah.
So, and good yards after the catch, as it took several Knights to bring him down. Moves the ball into Knight territory. Hand off again to Sager. Is that right?
Sager, yep. Forward for about 1 or 2.
They're going to give him 2.
Second down and 8. The ball on the 46-yard line. And he throws. He gets hit as he throws, and then turns around, and it ends up being a pretty good pass. If you would, I wonder if he didn't get hit if it had been overthrown. But 81 turns around and gets on the comeback. Joshua Green on the long completion. So what is that? Good for 15.
15.
Yards? Yeah. Down to 31 of the Knights.
So far, Hunter Handy completed 2 out of 3. Both those completions on this drive. And he was hit as that ball was thrown, and it kind of fluttered up.
Fluttered, and I thought it would have been trouble, but they turned around on the quick comeback and right on the money. Yeah, good. Red, goodbye. Number 23 for the Knights is Lane Smith on his defensive end position. Stops number 2, Francisco Hernandez. Ayaya Hernandez.
It'll be a loss of 4 on his first carry of the day.
So maybe Lane's actually coming from a linebacker spot.
Linebacker or outside? Yeah, outside linebacker, I believe.
Comes that motion again. Play action. The quarterback keeps it, and he's diverted by
55 Mike Gonzalez.
55 Mike Gonzalez gets the tackle, but give a little bit of credit to these kids stay sideways, and I can't get their number, but 68.
It's a loss of 5. $68 for Royal? No, it's not
No,
68.
66.
66.
Perhaps. Probably 66 that was in there that made
Manny
him step inside.
Manny Sandoval.
3rd and long for the Tigers. Throws on that little out pattern. Big tight end, number 82. Morgan Box.
He's going to pick up 7 yards, but that's not nearly enough.
4th down and 13, which I'm sure they will go for.
Yeah, they're definitely in no man's land. They're not going to kick a field goal, and probably too close to punt. So, see what they have in store here. 4th and 13.
Knights will bring some pressure here. Oh, he throws
Another
that
floater.
up.
That's out of
Yeah,
bounds. The
that's out of
receiver's not going to
bounds.
be able to make a play on that. And I don't know if that was intended to be a bit of a back shoulder throw, or he just didn't, the receiver outran it. But it was pretty much going out of bounds anyways.
Yep, incomplete. Turnover on downs. The Knights will take over on their own, where are they at? 34-yard line.
Just under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Dylan Allred back out into the huddle here. Call the play and get the offense going.
Play action. Rolls out to his right. Caught by Defoe out in the flat. Almost stays on his feet. Gets brought down at the 40 by number 16. Which there isn't a 16 on the roster.
It's a ghost.
About a 6-yard gain. 2nd down and 4.
Looked like he was just about to break that tackle and then still got tripped up right at the last second.
Arvid will give to Myrick. Stutter steps to
Good
the
lead
outside,
blocking.
follows his blockers. Oh, he goes to cut inside. Good run down inside the 45 to the 43-yard
18 yards.
line. But he wanted more.
Almost a 10-yard average so far for Myrick. 3 carries, for 29 yards. And great job of the pulling lineman getting out front and paving the way for him. I think that was Sandoval again, 66.
Give to Myrick. Little stutter step, but he's going to get lassoed by number 62, Wesley Crate. Short 1 yard gain, 2nd down and 9.
Oh, no, he doesn't have a 10-yard average.
Three receivers set wide to the left for the Knights. Allred.
That was a designed blitz
Designed
call.
to keep, and they were sending their linebacker from the outside. So as he stepped inside, he's going to end up losing a yard on that play back to the original line of scrimmage, about 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, I think that was a designed blitz call from the defense. Sager, 36, the linebacker, coming at the snap. You guessed right.
Oh, it throws down the field. Oh, I'm not even going to say it was overthrown. A little bit of hand fighting
Intended
between
for
number 20
LaFrance.
LaFrance and 31 for the Tigers, Braden Chornick.
Yeah, without the hand fighting,
Yeah.
the throw may have been in perfect stride, but that slowed him up a little bit.
Knights have a 4th down and a long 10 coming up. Oh, almost. He saw that second man. They were out in pattern, tried to float it over the top to Gage Jenks. Falls incomplete. Knights will turn it over on downs.
Yeah, I'd like to know what that route tree was supposed to look
Yeah.
like, because there were two receivers in the same area. Gage Jinks was the one he was trying to get the ball to, just a little overthrown. Gage has really good hands, but it wasn't able to get that one. So the Knights will go on defense. The Tigers will have the ball, their 3rd possession, with their best field position from their own 43-yard line, just under 30 seconds left in the 1st quarter.
They'll give to Sager up the middle.
Dylan Allred, one of the Knights in on that stop, along with 66 Sandoval. Be a gain of 2. And I imagine that's going to be the last play of the 1st quarter.
Yep, they're wandering to the side as the 1st quarter ends. We'll take a break. Knights lead 7-0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Royal Dairy, dedicated to making the world's best ingredient, milk, for one of the world's greatest companies, Dairy Gold. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Royal Dairy, or check out our website at theroyaldairy.com.
Hey guys, Micah Chen here from Cascadia Preps. Looking for the best coverage of high school football? Cascadia Preps is your #1 stop for all things high school football, team rankings, game analysis, and weekly podcasts from around the state. Visit us today at cascadiapreps.com.
At Simplot Grower Solutions, we believe our responsibility to the planet begins right here in our community, where we live, work, and play. Unity and pride drive a winning team of farmers, partners, and Simplot employees who work hard to feed our local communities and the world beyond. It's an honor to support the community that has supported our business year after year and generation to generation. Thanks for your partnership. Check out our website at simplot.com.
Second quarter begins. with Ephrata. 2nd down and 8, the ball on their own 45-yard line, going from our left to right now.
Different quarterback in the game.
Actually flings it out on that flat to number 33. He will get real close. I think they're going to give him enough yards to just get a first down.
Yeah, he's going to get 9 yards.
Is
33.
Number 33 is the receiver. Who's
Is
the
the
quarterback?
receiver. The quarterback is number 1, I believe, Dakota McAfee. So 33, Parker Hahn, junior wide receiver, gets the first down and moves the ball into Knights territory for the Tigers.
He gets second quarter duties, probably is what that's all
That
about.
probably is true.
Motion across the backfield, play action to him. They're
Bottled up, well
Yeah,
played.
squared by
Number 50, Race Eilers, gets the stop, and
he almost took the handoff.
and instead he opted for the suplex. And 66, Sandoval in there again. He'll continuously live in the backfield for the Knights, but Eilers gets to it first this time. Going to be a loss of 4. Number 2 on the carry for the Tigers. That's Francisco Hernandez. Ball right at midfield.
Wow, almost a great play by 81. Good coverage by Cale Jenks, but as he came back, number 81 is Joshua Green.
Yeah, those back shoulder throws are difficult. And again, I don't know at this level of how intentional those are as back shoulder throws, but they're still hard to defend whether they're intentional or not, because you're running with that guy. Looks like he's going, going to the end zone, and all of a sudden he pulls up short, and you've got to be able to make the change in direction and defend that. Incomplete pass. Is that number 1 still in there? Is that number 4 back in there, quarterback?
No, we're going to call him McAfee. Give to 2, trying to get outside, but he's going to get knocked back, still on his feet. He could have got out of bounds at about the 48, but he's going to get across midfield to get about a 1-yard gain. Knights had him dead to rights on a loss, but he cut inside. Anaya Hernandez on the carry.
It'll be 4th down and a long 12 here, just inside Knight territory. Looks like they're going to go into punt formation here this time.
Again, Gage Jenks drops deep for the Knights. Sager does the punting duties as well. Tries to kick it away, and I think Gage is going to get his hands
pick it
on
up.
Steps inside, but good coverage by number 3, Kyler Black, for the Tigers.
Kyler Black late in the game on Friday got some varsity minutes, if I remember right, at quarterback.
He's one of the 5. Well, I guess
And there's a
four.
bunch.
There's 4 listed.
For a JV roster, they have a lot of quarterbacks listed.
So maybe we'll get 1 a quarter here.
Maybe. You never know.
That's a lot of what JV football is about. Obviously, trying to win the game is an important deal, but getting these kids playing time so they can show their wares on a Friday night.
Knights not able to put any points on the board on their last drive. See what they can do this time on their own 15-yard line.
Give to Myrick, tripping around that left side. Good move, steps inside, but linebacker comes up.
Yeah, but he falls forward and picks up an extra 2
out
yards.
to the 21. Good run.
Going to be a 7-yard gain. Second down and short. Single tight end to the right, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Allred looks to throw.
Good pass.
Defended well by...
Perhaps knocked down by number 15, Powell Almond. Intended for Andon Delfo. But he could have got his hand in there and knocked that ball down.
I guess I haven't heard. One player that's conspicuously absent for the Knights is number 34, Caleb Hernandez.
Okay.
I wonder if he is earned to save all his quarters for varsity.
Do they have a quarter limitation for these 5 games? I assume
Oh,
they do.
I'm sure they do. I think it's the same as ever, and I believe it's 5 quarters per week. But he's come on strong as an outside linebacker and got some good minutes in both games so far.
Allred throws on that right side. Caught by Defoe on the 25-yard line. Falls forward for a first down. Out to the 27.
Needed 2. He's going to get 4. That's his second catch so far here in the first half.
Allred will step under center. Quick pitch out to Myrick. Outruns that defensive end. Cuts in really good move
Nice
to the
move.
outside.
Yeah. Number 81 out there, Joshua Green in position to make the tackle, and Eric Myrick just got him to turn his hips just enough and change direction to pick up some extra yards there. He's going to get 9 yards on that carry.
Out to the 36, second down and short 1. Design keep by Allred.
Needs a block to get to the outside.
Changes direction. Good move on Anaya Hernandez, but met by number 80 to bring him down, Tyler Rain.
15 yards on the carry.
But across midfield into Tiger territory is Dylan Allred.
What do we got? Timeout?
Timeout, Ephrata. We'll take one as well. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Just like Royal Football beats up on opponents, Fielding Law Group beats up on insurance companies. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give Fielding Law Group a call and join a winning team. You've got a friend in Fielding. Go Knights.
It's your family road trip, your limousine, your business. It's what you drive. Take care of it at Point S Tire and Auto Service for tires and expert service you can trust. Get to the point. Point S, expert service guaranteed.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Well, that was a great run by Dylan Allred to get the Knights to midfield. 15 yards. This time he's going to drop back to pass. Complete
Caught
to
to one of the Smiths.
one of the
23.
Smith twins.
Whichever one 23 is Lane Smith.
That's his first catch.
Ambles down to about the 42-yard line.
We're going to give him
8 yards.
8 yards on that one.
Second down 2.
And since the third guy in the booth here isn't willing to put a headset on and defend himself, I'm going to say that Dylan Allred wears that number 5, probably greater than anybody who's ever worn it.
Greater than who have we had?
I'm trying to think.
Sam Christensen's one.
Sam wore it. I don't know of any other significant players that have worn number
Allred
5.
under center pitches. Good cut by Myrick to preserve a loss, and he's going to get around the outside and driven out of bounds about the 35-yard line for
the penalty
for
marker.
a
So
7-yard gain. Penalty yard marker.
I
About
think we're going to have a
45-yard
block
line.
in the back. That's what my guess is. Because they're definitely bringing it back.
Well, you've got your
Yeah.
Angel Farias's and
What?
Isn't that 5?
Oh, Angel Frias wore number 5. There have been 2 other guys that are worth talking about. Yeah, that's right. Hey, do you remember that catch he made in Wenatchee against no, was it Oma? No, it was
Nose?
Okanagan. It was Okanagan.
And it was right here, wasn't it?
No, it was in Wenatchee.
Was it
at the
in-
Apple
oh, was
Cup.
that
yeah,
the
yeah,
Apple
yeah,
Cup?
yeah, yeah. Laid out completely horizontal, caught that ball with one hand while he was having pass interference committed against him. That was awesome. Great moment in
You
number
sound
5.
like,
Great
Chris
moments
Farley.
in number 5 history.
Remember that?
Yeah, that was cool.
Inside slant play.
Here you're seeing some
to,
of this athleticism
Yeah,
from
this
Edgar
is
De La Rosa.
Edgar De La Rosa. I was going to get a first down, a couple nifty moves inside and out. Good for 15 or 16 yards.
Eventually, Sager catches up to him from the backside. We'll see where they spot the ball. It's going to be a 17-yard gain. After a little bit of a slow start for Allred throwing the ball, he's completed a couple in a row here, finding some rhythm. Cluster formation on the left-hand side of the line for the Knights.
Allred.
Oh, intercepted.
Can he catch him? And he cannot.
I don't know.
Number
He's a
81
pretty
is
quick
gonna
kid.
Return that Joshua Green. Boy, that was an interesting
pretty quick.
interception as he kind of turned around and just kind of over the shoulder put his hands up and caught that. I should look at this.
Yeah, he turned his head just in time.
Yeah. But a good play nonetheless, and it's
Yeah,
going to
for
get them
sure.
on the board, and with that extra point, they can tie it up as the Knights were driving.
He caught that on what, about the
About the
40?
Yeah.
60-yard return. Ties this thing up. We got ourselves a ball game, gentlemen.
Knights are all loading up this right side. Kicks up and good. Game tied with 5:58 left to go in the first half. Tied up. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Subway Daytime Drama presents Time for a Change.
Hey, Lyle, want to grab some lunch?
If I have another burger, I'm gonna die.
How about a cheeseburger then?
Can't we just try something new?
I'm wearing a members only jacket. Do I look like a guy who will try something new?
Need something new? Try the new premium steak choices at Subway restaurants, like the blackened Cajun steak sandwich. Subway, eat fresh.
For a limited time only at participating restaurants. Subway is a registered trademark of Doctors Associates, Inc.
I don't know if they have that sandwich anymore at Subway, but it's
I
a
don't
great
know.
commercial.
I don't know. It's a fun commercial, though. What's his name?
John Lovett.
Lovett.
Jealous. He's got all kinds of good stuff.
One of my favorite performances by him was the one with the women in the softball professional baseball
Oh, yeah.
deal.
A League of Their Own.
League of Their Own. Oh, man, he was good in that.
You like the pad slap, don't you, Mike?
That's one of my favorite things.
Myrick takes it right about the 15-yard line, straight up the middle, makes the first man miss. Good return by Myrick. He'll be brought down about the 34-yard line.
Spun down eventually. Number 37, Michael Mutzer, is the guy that makes first contact before the rest of the Tigers help him out.
They'll give him the 35, so the Knights will have a fresh set of downs after the turnover.
You know, it's interesting whether it's football or watching basketball on TV with no fans. You can hear the coaches so much more. Sometimes you hear coaches that think that there's a penalty on every single play. I always find that kind of entertaining.
All red keep.
Nice tackle.
15.
15. Is he coming up
Powell Almond.
from safety or linebacker? Let's see where he's situated.
He's back as one of the strong safeties. Well, I might be wrong.
No, I think he's linebacker.
He's a linebacker.
Somebody's got to get a body on him.
Three receivers wide right up top for the Knights. Allred will give to Myrick on the
Ooh,
left
it's got
side.
good blocking.
Good stiff arm into Tiger territory down near the 45-yard line.
Going to
Just
pick
short
up
of the
16
45.
yards, but let's give some credit to number 55 for the Knights, Mike Gonzalez, getting out there, good feet and a nice lead block to help him pick up those yards.
He has really improved as a football player over the last year. I'm not sure. Last year might have been his first year playing, and a little tentative and a little probably a new game for him, and doing some good work out there today. Three receivers wide to the right. Already play action, keeps the ball inside, makes a few men miss the line of scrimmage and gets into the linebackers to the 40-yard line, even down to the 39.
It's a carbon copy of 2 plays ago, and Amon brings him down for about a 4 or 5 yard gain. This time they're going to give him 6, I believe. 7 carries for 35 yards so far for Dylan. 7 carries for 62 yards for Eric Myrick.
Looking to throw and does on that outside. Caught by Cale Jenks inside the 30 down to the 28. Ball delivered very well.
10-yard gain.
To the 29.
First catch for Cale Jenks on that little out pattern. Timing on that was pretty good. As he broke off that pattern, the ball was right there ready.
Give to Myrick.
Ooh, nice
Turns it,
blocking
goes
up
at
front.
the middle, the backside to the right. Outruns number 4. Spins inside the 10, now inside the 5-yard line. Great run by Myrick.
It's from the 29 all the way down. Let's see where they spot him.
Sager, one of the Tigers ultimately that brings him down, but it'll be first and goal for the Knights.
From
Right at the 5-yard line.
So 24-yard gain. He's back up to his 10-yard per average carry.
That'll do it.
Good job, Eric.
Allred going to keep it. Sager
does a pretty good job.
Scrapes up very well.
It's going to be
from his linebacker spot, makes that tackle.
Essentially no gain.
They move it about a football width. Second down and goal from the 5.
It was fun to watch Dylan get a touchdown in the varsity game on that same play.
Play action to the right, keeps to the left. Sager again got a hand on him, but he breaks the tackle down
Pretty
near
good
the
leg
goal
drive.
line, down near the 1-yard line.
I think they're going to put him on the 2. No? Well, the 2 side judges are not in agreement. We're going to say it's the 1.
Yeah, it's right down there at the 1. So it'll be third down and goal from the 1-yard line.
Tight end to the right side of the formation here. Myrick lined up to the right of Allred in shotgun.
Takes the snap, going to follow his blockers, and he gets
gets
in
through.
and gets smacked 1 yard deep in there, but it's a touchdown nonetheless.
He'll take it. He'll take it. Angel Vega lined up to kick the extra point. Looks like Edgar De La Rosa will be the holder. Dylan Allred, the snapper.
Up and good.
Up and good.
Minute 49 left to go in the first half. Knights lead 14-7. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Slag's version of the night fight song, you can get some airtime during the JV game. We don't have to pay him a royalty for that, do we? How's that work?
Nope, we just have to talk him into recording all our other stuff. It's a sweet deal for us.
Yeah, for us. We just got to catch him when he's not on tour.
I think he's got a little wind to kick into now, and it's going to all the way to the 25-yard line. Hernandez tries to get out of bounds to the right side, but low snap. McAfee has to kind of mess with it. And Ray Seilers and Dylan Allred bring him down.
Race incredibly quick. Pretty good twitch off the ball.
Big loss, 5-yard loss.
Is that a quarterback keeper? What was that?
I believe in a 4-yard. Well, you know, it's hard to say because it kind of hit him at the shins and he had to make do with.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was the quarterback then.
McAfee, the quarterback, takes the snap, looks to his left, but the ball gets out of his hands and Race, is that Race? Just takes it right out of his hands. He literally put his hands down to his waist. He just pulled the ball straight out of his hands. I need to see if he actually pulled the ball out. Yeah, I looked down too late on the delay, but Knights are going to have a minute exactly from the Tigers' 25-yard line, so they can actually pop some points on here if they're efficient.
Yeah,
they have at least 2 timeouts, if not. Have they taken that?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't think they've taken any.
They only have to cover a quarter of the field here. See if they can take a 2-touchdown lead into halftime.
Here we go. Dylan gives it to Myrick, who's going to get swallowed up for no gain.
Yeah, his forward progress was stopped.
But clock is running.
Going to give him a loss of 1.
They'll take a timeout now.
I can't remember Royal calling a timeout yet until that one. But obviously it'd be a huge momentum swing or for the Knights to be able to go into with a 2-touchdown lead into halftime. Part of the problem with that play is that the pulling linemen weren't able to get out in front enough to help Myrick out, so he was kind of on his own on that run. I guess I could have gone to a commercial break or
that's all right.
Something like that. You got to have some dead air every now and then.
Silence is golden. All right, second down and long 10. Dylan throws it on this left side.
He's got him.
And he's got him. It just gets knocked away at the last time. Now, De La Rosa is going to get coached up when he watches that film to go take his hands out and get it. He tried to bring it into his body. And receivers are always encouraged to go get that ball with their hands if they can. And
He's definitely quick. He definitely is getting around those cornerbacks.
The ball was delivered quite well, so
He just
incomplete. 3rd down and 10 still with, what do we got? 35 seconds left to go in this first half. Same play. Different guy.
Different result.
Different
Number
result.
10, Gage Jinks.
Laid right in there really nicely by Allred.
26-yard touchdown.
Exact same play.
So here's a fun thing. Gage Jinks has thrown a touchdown pass and
Yeah.
caught a touchdown pass.
Big extra point, up and good. He keeps kicking like that. He's going to be vying for some
Yeah.
varsity spot because he drills that through very efficiently. Knights lead 21-0. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
The great thing about an old truck is you can treat it like an old truck, which is exactly why you got a truck in the first place. It's not old, it's broken in. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how. That's not gonna buff out.
At Simplot Grower Solutions, we believe our responsibility to the planet begins right here in our community, where we live, work, and play. Unity and pride drive a winning team of farmers, partners, and Simplot employees who work hard to feed our local communities and the world beyond. It's an honor to support the community that has supported our business year after year and generation to generation. Thanks for your partnership. Check out our website at simplot.com.
That ball keeps getting blown off the tee. They're going to have someone hold it.
Yeah, it's
You know,
not that
even
windy.
that windy.
It's not that windy inside the booth here, but apparently it's a little windy out there. Poor kids.
Down inside the 20 to the 16. 81 showing good speed on that outside, but he gets clipped by Peyton Livingston again, but he's still on
working.
his feet. Cale Jenks and Mike Gonzalez going to finish him off there in the middle.
Yeah, hard runner, definitely has speed. He's the one that had that interception return for a touchdown for Ephrata's lone points.
Yeah. Joshua Green.
20 seconds left. Does Ephrata have a timeout? They have one still?
They should have one.
We'll see if they choose to do anything here or aggressive, or if they just take the knee and get to the halftime break. They got some big bodies. Even their receivers are big kids. Pressure coming from the backside.
And he's going to get clipped by Manny Sandoval, and I think they're going to call a holding.
Yeah.
It was kind of a tackle, really, from the backside. But
I think the Knights will decline that.
yeah. Actually, they're going to take it. Move it back 10 yards. Clock still took
Well,
the
I
time
guess
off. So
I guess you take the time.
Yeah.
I guess in that situation, you'd rather push them back 10 yards than lose the down, because they're not going to use all the downs anyways
Yep.
before the clock runs out.
12 seconds left in the half. Try to do the draw up the middle. Doesn't get much. They're going to be satisfied with that, as the half will end with the Knights leading 21-7. I think I might have said it was 21-0 at the last break, but there was an interception return and a pick six for Ephrata. And so the Knights lead 21-7. We will take a break, stay close, and come back for second half action. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
day means getting from point A to point B, as in bank or ballet. G for gym, W for work. When what you drive needs tires or service, get to Point S, Tire and Auto, a trusted neighbor with the right tires for how and where you drive, and certified techs to take care of what you drive. So you get to all the points in your day and home again safely. Get to the point. Point S Tire and Auto Service. Expert service guaranteed.
Royal Dairy, dedicated to making the world's best ingredient, milk, for one of the world's greatest companies, Dairygold. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Royal Dairy, or check out our website at theroyaldairy.com. At Simplot Grower Solutions, we believe our responsibility to the planet begins right here in our community, where we live, work, and play. Unity and pride drive a winning team of farmers, partners, and Simplot employees who work hard to feed our local communities and the world beyond. It's an honor to support the community that has supported our business year after year and generation to generation. Thanks for your partnership. Check out our website at simplot.com. Navigating the paperwork mountain that can come with hiring a large temporary work crew can feel overwhelming. Taxes, fines, fees, there's a lot to remember. The guys at Rangeview Ag Labor are ready to help you with all your ag labor needs. Picking, pruning, weeding, harvesting, they'd be happy to help. You can reach the Rangeview Ag office at 509-488-5099. Fully licensed and insured, they have services available to farmers all around the Columbia Basin. Rangeview Ag Labor, 488-5099.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
Just like Royal Football beats up on opponents, Fielding Law Group beats up on insurance companies. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give Fielding Law Group a call and join a winning team. You've got a friend in Fielding. Go Knights.
Mud, no problem. Bugs, no problem. Nasty road salt, no problem. Splash and Dash can handle it all. Our amazing features include undercarriage wash, hot wax, clear coat protectant, and 24/7 service. Our floor heat and automatic doors keep us open even on the coldest and snowiest of days. And to top it all off, unlike the Knights, our vacuums suck. We know the road to the dome is a dirty one. Let Splash and Dash be a part of your game plan. Follow us on Facebook at Splash and Dash Car and Truck Wash for special promotional offers. Locally owned and operated, we truly care about our customers.
Hey guys, Micah Chen here from Cascadia Preps. Looking for the best coverage of high school football? Cascadia Preps is your #1 stop for all things high school football, team rankings, game analysis, and weekly podcasts from around the state. Visit us today at cascadiapreps.com.
Okay, we're back. Let's talk about stats a little bit real quick. We'll start with some halftime stats for the Ephrata Tigers. The bright spot for them has been throwing the ball. They've completed 4 out of 6 passes for 52 yards. Number 4, Hunter Handy's completed 3 out of 4. And number 1, Dakota McAfee, completed 1 out of 2. The guys that caught passes, Tyler Rain, number 80, had 1 for 31 yards. Number 81, Joshua Green, had a catch for 15 yards. Number 82, Morgan Box, had a 7-yard catch. And number 33, Parker Hahn, had a 19-yard catch. Running the ball, not as successful for Ephrata. 11 carries for a total of -3 yards. Positive yardage for number 36, Hudson Sager. He has 4 carries for 8 yards. Number 81, Joshua Green, 1 carry for 4 yards. Everybody else in negative yardage for the Ephrata Tigers. For the Knights, on the other hand, nice job running the ball. 19 carries for 125 yards and a touchdown. That's a 6.6 yard per carry average. The bulk of that, number 24, Eric Myrick, 9 carries for 85 yards. And then the quarterback, Dylan Allred, the only other one with a rushing attempt, he's got 10 carries for 40 yards and a rushing touchdown. Through the air, the Knights completed 7 out of 11 for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. The first touchdown was actually thrown by Gage Jinks because Dylan Allred had come out with the blood on his elbow. So Gage gets in there at quarterback for 1 play and throws a touchdown to the corner of the end zone to start the scoring for the Knights. Dylan ended up 6 for 10 for 70 yards and a touchdown pass of his own. Interestingly enough, that touchdown was thrown to Gage Jinks.
Takes a high bounce. Myrick
looking for a block on the outside here.
Still on his feet. The flag flies.
Yeah, that was a late kind of the tackling scrum was already in place when they dropped that penalty. So I'm curious to see what it is. They're pointing towards the Ephrata side. See what they do here. Oh. Also with no crowd.
Yeah,
in the crowd mic, you can hear the official call out the player, which is not the not the norm with crowd noise and everything else. It's going to be a block in the back. It's going to be half the distance. Move the Knights back in the shadow of their own goalpost. We'll see where they end up spotting at, probably about the 12 or 13-yard line.
But still reset the sticks. So a 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line.
Well, they moved it out to the 15.
They're trying to get their halfway right out. So the 1st and 10 from the 15. All red. Gives to Myrick on that right side. And steps inside on would-be tackle, and they're going to call him on that, which I'm not sure was a block in the back on 2 penalties in a row for the young man, but this one I'm not sure is warranted. But that's what's going to happen. Still first down, but it's going to move it back. Probably about 1st and 17. Okay, now what happened there? What just happened?
I don't know. You hear the coaches on the far side getting after their guys. And, said he was skating instead of moving his feet properly. He said, if you want to skate,
go to Soap Lake.
Go to Soap Lake,
okay,
which is the last remaining skating rink in the region.
Gotcha.
In fact, I don't think that's even open.
I was going to say, I'm not sure that's open. It might be in the invitation, but there's still a building there. We know that.
After all said and done, it's basically a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, 5-yard penalty from the point of the foul. 1st down and 12.
Well, it's not a block in the back. It's not a 5-yard penalty. I don't know what they did.
That was, or they thought it had to be half, and they'll give it to Jenks. Puts his shoulder down, gets out to the 15. He'll get a couple.
We got a penalty marker down.
Penalties on this near side judge. So
yeah,
against the Knights.
It's going to be maybe a formation or something like that. Hey, what do you know? Well, this isn't the way the Knights wanted to get started here to start the second half. I wanted to build on that 21-7 momentum they got from scoring right at the end of the half, but they're putting some obstacles in their own way right now. Going to be 1st down at about 17 after this penalty's marked off.
So their 3rd first down of this possession.
Right.
Without moving the sticks. 1st and about 19, looks like. Give to Myrick. Pops out to this left side.
Needs a block.
Here comes the speed. See how fast he is. Is he going to beat number 16?
Awful close.
And he's going to get popped out of bounds just in the 42-yard line.
It's like the ball was on the 8-yard line before, so it's 42 plus whatever they give him
43
here.
Is where he's going to mark it.
42, 47, 49 yards. Nice carry. Gets him over 100 yards.
Good cutback.
137 yards on 11 carries for Myrick. Screen to De La Rosa. Gets corralled down. His helmet gets pulled off, so he's going to get the
quickly they
an extra 15 yards on top of that. He picked up about 3 yards on his own.
Yeah, they're saying put your face mask back on.
And then 2 hands to the back of the
So
helmet.
if your
Ripped his helmet
gets
off.
ripped off,
You don't have to come out.
You don't have to come out, right?
You don't.
He is. But
Well, maybe he needs to adjust his helmet and get a little break here. But technically, if your helmet is forcibly removed by your opponent, you don't have to go out for a play. But they've been rotating receivers in and out the whole time. Ball's moved all the way down to the 26-yard line of the Tigers. So one big play by Eric Myrick, and then a 15-yard penalty tacked on to a short pass completion gets the Knights into good position here.
Allred keeps it.
Nice cut off the blockers.
Inside the 20 down to the 12-yard line.
I'm going to give him a 9-yard carry. He did a good job that time reading his blockers and cutting back inside. Probably picked up an extra 4 yards or so more than he would have otherwise. Seriously, cameraman, where's the snacks, okay?
Yeah, I'm kind of getting hungry.
Second and short for the Knights.
Give to Myrick, follows his blocker, pops to the left side. He's getting around that outside.
They're
going to call
a
a hold on the outside. So that's going to negate getting in the end zone.
Ball's on the 18. He gets down to the 7. Actually, it got down to the 1 or the 2.
Oh, I thought he got
but the
in.
penalty marker is on the 7. Statistically, I don't know how to deal with that. So even after the penalty, it's enough for the Knights to pick up the first down. So he should be credited with at least 3 yards on that carry then. And has another chance to do it again. Tight end to the left, 3 receivers to the right.
Allred keeps it big space up the middle, closes in tight down near the 10-yard line.
Looks like they're going to put him on the 11.
About a
pick up of
5-yard
about
run.
5 or 6. Second down and 5. Ball on the 11-yard line of the Tigers. Knights with a chance to go up 3 touchdowns here early in the third quarter.
Floats that to Delfaux, who's going to get in for a touchdown, and a flag flies at the last second from the
Very
side
late.
judge.
What was that? Like
don't
everything
know.
was already. There were 3 Royal Knights standing by themselves.
Yeah.
Then the penalty marker came in. So whatever happened,
Social distancing
he had a hard time
penalty.
pulling it out of his pocket. And then it looked late.
Block in the back. What? No.
No, he
no,
pointed.
they said
He pointed to
they shoved the
Ephrata.
defense. So.
I don't know. No, they're going to mark it off against Royal. Oh, illegal man downfield. So we'll take that off the board. Dang it. I like Andon. I want him to get a touchdown. Dial up, same play. Keep the lineman back. So that'll negate the 5-yard run from the previous play. It'll bring up second down and 10 from the original line of scrimmage.
Allred drops straight back. Wanted to throw and does underneath. And it's in the vicinity of number 23, who's an eligible receiver.
And
so
they're saying the ball was tipped, so it doesn't
too.
matter. Incomplete pass.
We'll bring up third down.
Gage Jinks and Edgar De La Rosa into the game in the rotation at the receiver position. I'm going to say probably the 2 best options for the Knights. So see what kind of play call we get here. Be Andon Delfaux in the slot. Gage and Edgar out wide right. Pressure coming early. Dylan avoids it, gets the throw off.
Oh, just falls incomplete down low at the feet of Gage Jenks.
He wasn't able to get down there and scoop it up before it hit the turf. It's going to bring up 4th down. Knights will throw another one here, I'm going to guess. Coach Kyle Scroggins down there calling the plays for the Knights JV squad. Looks like he's getting some input from the flowing locks of Caden Jinks.
Is that where the input comes from? Floats it over the top. Oh, behind his man. Whoa, what are they going to call?
They're going to call nothing.
Because that's not even a rule in high school.
Intended for the tight end up the seam. That's number 23, Lane Smith.
Knights turn it over on downs.
Three incompletions on that in that red zone offense there. Knights come up empty. See if the defense can continue to hold their ground here. They really haven't given hardly anything to Ephrata here so far. Offensively, their lone points are on an interception that was returned for a touchdown.
Give over the left side.
Number 36, Sager again on the carry. Dylan Allred wrestles him to the ground.
Out to the 30 for a couple.
I spot him just a yard short of that, I believe.
Yep.
It'll be about a 4-yard gain. Five carries for 12 yards so far on the day for Sager. Kyler Black back in at quarterback. Low snap, rolls to the left, and he gets drugged down from behind by number 23, Lane Smith, from his defensive end, outside linebacker position. So those 4 yards are negated from the previous play. He's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Clock running, 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Knights lead 21-7.
Sprints out to his right. Caught by 83.
Ooh.
Drilled by Gage Jenks.
Nice tackle by number 10, Gage Jinks, from his safety position.
With Delfo down low, it was a big hit.
Maybe a 6-yard gain.
Was that out to 31? Is that who caught the ball? Braden Chornick?
It was 83.
83 caught the ball. That's Silas Arend.
He's going to bring up 4th down and a short 4 punt formation for the Tigers. Sager gets the punt off. It's a sidewinder that Gage Jinks is going to pick up on about the 46-yard line. Gets out to the right. It's a good block from De La Rosa. No, they're going to call that because
that's his third block.
They're calling that as a blindside block, I think, is what they're going to call it.
Probably
Man,
not. I don't think that wasn't a block in the back.
No, it wasn't a block in the back. It was a blindside block, which means you can't go against the grain of the direction that the ball carrier is. You can't block back against the grain. You can if you use your hands only. You cannot use your shoulder pads or, anything other than your hands. And so
call that the Bergeson rule.
And so I'd actually like to watch that again and see how much of that, because it was extended. If it's extended hands, it's legal, my understanding.
In my day, that had been called a tea kettle.
In my day, that's called you get a sticker on your helmet for an excellent play. Why do we move the...
On that play.
Oh, that's right. It was a kick
10
return.
yards. Thrown across the middle. A little bit down low at the feet of Delfo. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
It's 4 incompletions in a row for Dylan. He just completed 1 out of 5 in the first half after completing 6 out of 10 in the first. Second down and 10 for the Knights. 3 receivers wide left.
Play action, keep to the left by Allred. Cuts between a few guys who olayed the tackle. Ayaya Hernandez is going to bring him down about the 25-yard line. That's, what is that, 17, 18 yards? Where was the ball?
18 yards, yep. Yep.
All the way down to the 26.
That's 13 carries for 73 yards.
Anaya Hernandez, not Ayaya Hernandez.
I've just been going with Hernandez, hoping I don't offend anybody.
Give to Myrick.
Oh, nice hole.
Blocked. Out that right side. Puts another man down, still on its feet, down near the 10-yard line. They'll mark it about the 11.
See, ball was on the 26 previous to that.
Yeah, it's at the 11.
13 carries for 155 yards for Myrick. Not quite first and goal. First and 10 from the 11. Last time the Knights were down in the spot, they turned it over on downs after a few pass attempts to the end zone.
Yeah, Dylan gets hit as he throws and falls incomplete, and they're going to call.
Boy.
Roughing the passer, I guess, but.
I just feel like there's no grace on that. I mean.
Well, it's I don't know. It's such a different rule within the NFL with everywhere. They're protecting that quarterback, which is fine. But
yeah, I'd have to see it on replay, too, to see whether, it was a late, extended his arms late or what exactly happened. But it felt like it was bang-bang kind of a situation. He is going to move the ball down to the 6-yard line for the Knights. Still be first and goal.
Timeout Ephrata. I guess we'll take one, too. Knights lead by a score of 21-7. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
At Napa Auto Parts, we know that trucks are as varied as their owners, from small imports and full-size pickups to vans large and small, even bigger rigs. If you own a truck, Napa has more of what you need than anybody. So no matter what truck you drive, we've got the part or accessory for you. Well, almost every truck. At Napa Auto Parts, you'll find the largest selection of different parts and accessories available anywhere, and the most knowledgeable people in the business. Great products, great prices, and great people. That's Napa.
Navigating the paperwork mountain that can come with hiring a large temporary work crew can feel overwhelming. Taxes, fines, fees, there's a lot to remember. The guys at Rangeview Ag Labor are ready to help you with all your ag labor needs. Picking, pruning, weeding, harvesting, they'd be happy to help. You can reach the Rangeview Ag office at 509-488-5099. Fully licensed and insured, they have services available to farmers all around the Columbia Basin. Rangeview Ag Labor, 488-5099.
First and goal for the Knights, all red and shotgun formation. He's going to keep the ball, run out to the right with almost no blockers out there, but just enough of a misdirection that he picks up those 6 yards for a touchdown for the Knights.
His second rushing touchdown of the night.
And he's got 79 yards. We're not that far off from having 200-yard rushers.
Extra point up and good. 5:32 left to go in the third quarter. Knights lead by a score of 28-7. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
The Farmers Business Network helps you, the producer, level the playing field by creating unprecedented transparency and competition for your business. We offer direct from the manufacturer convenience and pricing, as well as 0% financing until January 2021 on all chemical, seed, equipment, and operating loans. Be sure to check out our website at fbn.com. Or better yet, contact your local Washington representative, Michael Hebden, at 509-989-9756. That's Michael Hebden at 989-9756. Proudly serving Farmers First.
Hey guys, Micah Chen here from Cascadia Preps. Looking for the best coverage of high school football? Cascadia Preps is your #1 stop for all things high school football, team rankings, game analysis, and weekly podcasts from around the state. Visit us today at cascadiapreps.com.
It's so funny as I run this board all these years since I turned this up. I can turn this board all the way to the right, peg this dude, and I just get no sound until you finally. There's just nobody here, and so it's just a weird. It's a weird deal. Taken right about the 15-yard line. Streaks around that left side, tries to turn up, but he's met by several Knights. He's going to get out close to the 30-yard line. Again, that was Joshua Green, speedy number 81 on the return. Probably ran 50 yards to get about 4.
So midway through the third quarter here, the Knights seem to have taken control of the game with a 3-touchdown lead over the Ephrata Tigers. More of an open formation here for Ephrata, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Mishandled snap, and the quarterback, Black, has to just jump on it. Technically, that'll be a 5-yard loss. So there's been 3 different quarterbacks for the Ephrata Tigers so far tonight. Second down and 15. Adjustment to the formation. This time we're going to have 2 receivers wide to either side.
Quick hitter out to Green, but
incomplete.
Kind of ran before the ball got securely in his hands, falls incomplete. Third down and 16. 15, I guess. 15.
First, I was wondering if maybe that was going to be the double pass, but he definitely the receiver didn't drop back behind the quarterback, so it was a forward pass.
Throws it out here for anybody, and a good ends up turning into a defensive play by number 26.
That's Isaac Toro. Isaac Toro, the sophomore, getting some time in there. Not a real tall guy compared to especially being up against Green, who's pretty tall, and he does a good job recovering the ball. The ball just floated up there, so it was really up for grabs, and Toro was able to defend it just enough, bring up 4th down and 15 for the Tigers. Gage Jenks going to be on about his own 45-yard line to receive this punt.
Gets it away quickly. Going to be fielded right about the 40-yard line, straight back up to center. Cuts to his outside. He's got a few blockers. He's going to get driven out of bounds by Sager.
Aggressive tackle, but hey, that's a totally legal tackle. Sager got some frustration about how this game's going, I'm sure.
Down to the 29. Good return.
Very good return. Good blocking. Really untouched until Sager brought him down at the 29-yard line. So that makes it a 31-yard return.
Thrown out in the flats to Delfo, turns upfield inside the 25-yard line. Good for 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, gotta get close to 5.
They'll mark it right at the 25, 4-yard. gain, 2nd down and 6.
That's 3 catches for 14 yards for Andon, not including his touchdown that got called back.
Yeah. From the
What do we
back
got here?
judge.
What happened in a hurry? Did we
I don't know.
break the huddle or too many guys? I didn't see. Oh. He got a okay. So we got a player get a warning for not wearing his mask properly.
Gotcha.
Don't ask me what I think about that.
What do you think about that?
I said don't ask me.
Thrown across the middle.
Oh, nice
Snagged
catch.
high by Lane Smith.
It's going to be all the way down to about the 5-yard line. Ball's on the 25. Let's see exactly where they spot it. That's his 2nd catch.
Good catch. Ball down near the 5-yard line. Probably this is more like the 6-yard line. 1st and goal from the 6.
19 yards. That's 2 catches for 27 yards for Lane. Normally his twin brother would be out here. He must be still having shoulder issues. I think he injured his shoulder a week or so ago.
Rolls to his left, lets it go. Caught by
There.
Delfaux, and he
Delfaux
gets
gets
his
his
touchdown.
touchdown.
Right in this near corner. Quick 6-yard touchdown for the Knights.
Well done. Feels like this 3rd quarter's lasted.
Yeah, a lot of incomplete passes. A
forever.
lot of incomplete passes.
Extra point is up and good. So with 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in the game, the Knights have jumped out to a commanding 35-7 lead over the Ephrata Tigers. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com. Well, after a slow start to the second half, Dylan Allred went 1 for 5. Now he's completed 3 in a row since then, including that touchdown pass to Andon Delfaux from 6 yards out.
Driving kick to the 16. Taken by Green. He likes to cut around to that outside, and he gets...
Somebody got a hold of him.
Yeah, a little bit of a clip, but he gets across the 30 out to the 32, 33-yard line.
Snagged his arm just enough. I think that was Ray Seilers. Kind of turned him sideways enough that the rest of the Knights defense was able to corral him and bring him down. Between the 30 and 35-yard line is where like most of the drives have started for the Tigers.
Quick throw out by Black to Green, met there by
Isaac Toro there
Toro.
immediately. No gain on the play, or maybe even a short loss.
Here come the Knights with pressure. Gets the ball off. Green actually shoves off a little bit, and they're not going to call it. But Toro stays with him and brings him down, but not till he gets a big gain down to the Knight 35-yard line.
31-yard gain.
Yeah, he was kind of It was just my phone died, so I can't watch the replay on my phone. But good positive play for yards down to the 35-yard line for Ephrata.
Give to Sager up the middle. Dylan Allred latches onto him, brings him down. Oscar Cervantes also helps for the Knights. Short gain of 2 yards. It's only a second carry of the half as the Tigers have gone to a much more pass-oriented attack here, trailing the Knights.
3 receivers near side to the short side of the field. They'll give to Sager again. Ambles forward to about the 30-yard line for another 2 or 3.
Sandoval, one of the first Knights there. Pick up of 3. 7 carries for 17 yards for Sager, and he is by far the leading rusher for the Tigers.
Give to Sager up the middle for another 2 or 3 inside the 30 down to the 27. It'll be 4th down and a couple 2 yards.
Ray Seilers gets
maybe
around
even
his
3
legs, and then Dylan Allred, a couple other Knights, push him over.
Yeah, 4th down and a long, too.
Just a 2-yard gain.
I'm sitting here looking out on the scenes beyond their football field. We've been doing this for a lot of years, and we've seen lots of harvesting, potato harvest, corn harvest, whatnot. You just don't ever see
freshly planted
fertilizer spreaders going. That so it's
that's true.
It feels kind of like fall with the cool weather, but scenery's not quite the same. As the third quarter ends, I guess we'll take a quick break. Knights are leading 35-7. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
All growers know that water is not only a key to life, but also a key to their success. The age-old question must always be answered: when to water and how much? Fortunately, the team at Principal Ag makes it easier to answer those questions correctly than ever before. Did you know that good soil water management also improves nutrient uptake and crop storability? Let them provide you with the data and tools that you need to make effective decisions in managing your resources and optimizing your production. They can help you monitor and measure your soil moisture, environmental variables, plant water use, and more with a suite of sensors and imaging tools that deliver actionable data wherever you are. The best part is that when you call, they answer. With unparalleled service, Gents, Mike, and the rest of the team are ready to meet with you in the office or in the field to provide training, insight, and experience. Your success is their mission. Visit them at principalag.com or give them a call at 509-731-4625.
Fourth quarter starts with a 4th and short 3 by Ephrata. They're going to hand to Sager, and he's going to get
he's going to get stopped.
Get stopped for maybe a 1-yard gain, but no first down. Number 74, one of the Knights in there, is Edgar Hernandez.
Yeah.
Turnover on downs, the Knights will take it on their own 26-yard line. Had to get to about the 25 and got to the 26, yard short.
Yeah, he was definitely met behind or at the line of scrimmage, and the only concern was whether he was going to wrangle free enough to fall forward and pick up the first down. But the Knights did a good job securing him, keeping him short. Turnover on downs. Start the fourth quarter here with the Knights getting the ball with their first drive of the fourth quarter and a 35-7 lead.
New running back in there. Is that Angel?
That's Angel Vega.
Angel Vega in the game.
You might see something if he gets loose. You might see something.
Good for him.
Let's build that confidence in that kid.
Second down after a 5-yard gain. Second down and 5. Mike and I coached him as a grid kid back there, and he's focused on soccer, and he's kicker here, and he was literally a grid kid phenom.
He hasn't played football for a few years, but we'll see if it's like riding a bike.
Give it to him out here on the outside, cuts inside, gets met, turned in, and finished off by linebacker.
Going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Perhaps a passing down here with 3rd and 5.
Vega will stay in the backfield next to Allred. 3 receivers to the left, tight end to the right.
Sprints out to his left. Lets it go
At
too
the
short.
feet.
Too short.
At the feet of Delfaux.
Incomplete, 4th down and 5. We'll see if the Knights decide to punt here or just looks like they're going to send in a punt team.
You think so?
The first.
Is that what they're doing?
Well,
is Edgar De La Rosa the punter?
Well, they're certainly spreading out as though it's. It doesn't mean they're going to punt, but
yeah, it probably is. At this point, it probably does mean they're going to punt.
First punt of the night for this JV team.
Although if there's a guy with athleticism to take and run, it'd be him. Nice kick. Fair catch called.
And good coverage.
Eric Myrick shadowing Hernandez as soon as he catches the ball.
Caught at the 32-yard line. So Ephrata have another opportunity to get a few points on the board. 9:42 left to go in the game, trailing 35-7.
Now I'm starting to agree with these officials. Let's keep this clock running. Let's get a touchdown here and get the.
Well, you got to get 2 more actually, or a
No?
touchdown and a extra point or in a
you
field
do,
goal.
you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, the wind's picking up. Hernandez, actually the ball's all over the place as Sager gets met by Dylan Allred after he gets turned inside by.
Was that originally? Was it Andon Delfaux
Delfaux,
originally
yeah.
in the background, in the backfield rather? And I think it's Dylan Allred, and then maybe Ray Seilers helps him out there.
And kind of.
That's another quarterback into the game. Number 14, Caleb Mullings, into the game at quarterback.
All 4 will have seen action tonight. And he tried to pitch it to Sager. He goes to the left. He's just running for his life, and he gets brought down for a loss. Mike Gonzalez.
Loss of about 5.
Is that Steven? Not Steven. Isaac Toro.
Oh. It's going to be
These kids with older brothers, I was just looking at they're at.
We'll call it a 4-yard loss.
These kids that I don't even know who they are because I coach their older brothers, and they just move like their brothers too.
Yeah.
The Cedillo kid down here is the same story. I just see him and he just moves the same.
Little Irvin.
They're down in 14. Motion across the backfield. They're going to give to Sager again, and he's going to get forward to a little past the original line of scrimmage, about a 5-6 yard gain, but it will bring up down 4th down and about 8 or 9.
And that was Toro, came up and willing to sacrifice, put a big hit on Hernandez.
This time Hunter LaFrance is going to go back deep for the Knights.
Kick is off, but I don't know if it'll be returnable. I think it's going to
foot,
bounce
not at all.
right out of bounds. It's
Actually,
only going to
only
be
goes about
about a
10 yard.
12-yard punt at the most.
They'll mark it at the 46 yard line, so the Knights have a short field for this possession.
Allred's going to be under center on this play. Angel Vega.
No,
gonna
it's
get
Myrick.
Nope,
No,
it's Vega. Going to
There
get
he
the pitch.
turns that corner.
That's, like
Good
he's
speed.
he's
Good
still raw,
speed.
but those are quick feet.
Yep. He doesn't need to make the big hit. He needs to trust his speed and get some natural moves back. A natural feel for what he can do against a defender, but a good 9-yard run.
Opposite formation, fake to the pitch, going to throw to the tight end, Smith.
Caught by Smith. Turns inside, goes back outside, brought down just short of the 10, about the 12-yard line for a big gain.
Ball was at the 40 or 38 rather. Let's see where they spot it.
Yeah, that might put him over 50 yards or more. 60? First and 10 for the Knights at the 12-yard line.
26 yards. That's 3 catches for 53 yards.
There you go. I did that without even a stat guy, Mayor. Mike Vega comes
Angel
and
Vega
follows
makes
his
a
block.
nice cut.
Great block. Follow that, but it's going to be
You're
a flag
gonna
down
get a
on the ground. I don't know
penalty.
who they're going to get, but
Well, they're going to get the guy whose hands are in the air going, what, who, me? That guy.
Yeah.
We won't name names, but that guy. But you can see Vega getting his natural finding himself a little bit there. Nice run.
Took back inside, but to no avail. He'll get another shot at it 10 yards back.
Clock stopped with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. Knights have a 35-7 lead. We're in the red zone, but they're going to be pushed back. I guess technically they still will be back to the 19-yard line of the Tigers. First down and about 18 to go. Let's see, Myrick back into the game on this play.
Dylan just tapped his left shoulder. I'm wondering what's coming. He's doing a back shoulder throw. And he's running for his life now as he cuts inside. A couple
That's
nifty
a pretty
moves
good
down
game.
inside the 15 near the 10-yard line. We'll mark him right at the 10-yard line.
Finally corralled right at the 10, so 9-yard gain.
Good positive run. Second down and 8.
88 yards on 15 carries for Dylan. Vega back into the game at running back. Get coached up by Dylan here as they get into formation.
He's going to outrun that lineman, try to catch him for sure. Turns inside, and another
Oh.
flag's going to fly. And I think
What's
the
that?
same
There's a
hands
shoe
are-
in the middle of the field? What is
the
that?
same hands are going to come up in the air on that one.
Dang it.
Running back is Angel Vega. Yeah. We have a fan asking whose that is, and someone who's actually familiar with the fact that Angel's had a few years off and getting a chance to get his football feet back under him. So it's kind of fun to watch a kid with his natural ability. It was fun to coach him.
Yeah. Yeah, extremely raw, extremely athletic. A lot of potential.
And speed. Wow. I wonder how the races go. You know, I just wonder where he finishes when it comes into team speed, too.
Mm-hmm.
Myrick back in the game to the left side of Allred. Second down and a long 19 after that penalty. Rolls out to his left. Lets it float, and a good catch by Delfaux.
Is it gonna get in?
Rolls inside. No,
He
he's
might
gonna
get the
driven
first down,
out.
though.
Yeah, he might actually get a first down as he rolls just down near the pylon.
Ball was on the 22, and they're going to
Yep.
spot it at
First and
the
goal.
1, so 21 yards.
He made a good job catching that and turning back inside and kind of pirouetting his way for an extra 5 yards.
5 catches for 41 yards for Delfaux.
Allred gives to Myrick on that right side, pops out to the outside and steps to the inside and makes that man miss. Goes in untouched, touchdown. It's a pretty exciting call there. We've got our hands in our pockets and the hood's up and kind of cold.
I will say this, that's 14 carries for 156 yards for Eric Myrick, so great performance. And says a lot for the blocking for the line, too, to allow him that kind of rushing yards against this big defensive front for the Ephrata Tigers.
Vega gets a lot of positive yards on the ground and then pops the extra point through to make the score. Knights 42, Ephrata 7. You're watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Royal Dairy, dedicated to making the world's best ingredient, milk, for one of the world's greatest companies, Dairy Gold. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Royal Dairy, or check out our website at theroyaldairy.com.
Hey guys, Micah Chen here from Cascadia Preps. Looking for the best coverage of high school football? Cascadia Preps is your #1 stop for all things high school football, team rankings, game analysis, and weekly podcasts from around the state. Visit us today at cascadiapreps.com.
Isn't it still a rule that the kick return team has to have 5 guys on the line?
2, 3, 4. Should be. I don't think they know they don't have.
It's still 5. Well, their formation that they've got.
Yeah, they got 11. That's I thought that was
7 guys back.
We'll see if the side judge.
Pretty
knows
sure
the
you've got to
rule.
have 5.
Well, that's the whole deal. So you can't go back deep and have
They're
that
letting them
wall.
get away with it.
Deep kick down inside the 5.
Hernandez gets leveled out of bounds. I'm going to say
Gage
that's Gage
again?
Jinx, number
He
10.
tackled
Came
him
up
like
with a
Gage
hard
does.
stop. Well, Gage has that towel, and I saw the towel flap
he
in the air when he when he made the tackle. So maybe the towel. The towel is the special power.
Oh.
Gage had a nice game today, playing well. A lot of good plays on defense. Also has a touchdown catch and a touchdown pass. Knights a player short, calling for a defensive end. Edgar Hernandez runs out on the field.
It's
Fumble,
confusion
balls
that
on the
play.
ground, pops out of the quarterback's hands. Looked like he was trying to do something with it before he caught it. Looks like they do pounce back on it.
Yeah, I think it was an offensive lineman. 62 got on it.
Be a 2-yard loss. 2nd down and 12. Ball on the 20-yard line. Clock under 4 minutes left in the game.
I'm going to guess that's Sager carrying it again.
Yeah, he's going to pick up 3. I'm not going to keep their stats anymore. I know we need to know.
We're down inside 3.5 minutes left to go. Knights leading handily.
George Trinidad, number 12 for the Knights, into the game, replaces Isaac Toro. At one corner, the other corner, number 30, Jordy Trinidad. Yes, they're related.
They are letting Sager carrying them in to the end of the game here.
Use that clock. Going to bring up, is that 4th down? Is that correct?
I'm afraid it is.
4th and short, maybe 2 or 3. 4th and 3 here.
Not a lot of risk in going for it here.
Yeah, but I would also think that they would want to pick up this 1st down and keep the ball out of the hands of Royal. They'd probably be able to run out the clock if they can pick up the 1st down here.
Sager does a couple
He's
of
gonna
good
get
moves.
it.
He's going to get it
Yeah,
out to
he
the
thinks
35, and he knew what his goal was, and he's laying there, though, like he is a little
Exhausted.
tired because he's been carrying the load the second half.
Hey, should we pick a performance tire performer of the game for the
Sure.
JV game here?
Sure.
Who's on your short list?
Well, I mean, there's a pretty obvious one,
Yeah.
but as far as the short list goes, the guys with the ball in their hand always have
Right,
those
sure,
deals.
yeah.
Dylan had a pretty decent game, especially on the ground.
Yeah.
Lots of carries, near 100 yards,
Mhm.
and a couple of touchdown passes.
Mhm.
I would say you did mention Gage earlier. He's had a lot of standout defensive plays, and also a touchdown pass and a touchdown catch.
At the line of scrimmage, I would talk about Sandoval, and I also think that Mike Gonzalez had a really good game.
Yeah, he actually has. As he just
Some
stepped
defensive plays
inside.
and also some just lead blocks for the offense as well.
And Hernandez is going to get out of bounds in night territory down to the 44-yard line. But really, the obvious man is Eric Myrick with over 150 yards rushing, and
14 carries, 156 yards.
big game by Eric. That would be my
That's your vote?
performance tire performer of the game vote.
Okay. We tried to put a headset on him. He wouldn't take it. It's right there. All he's got to do is pick it up, put it on his head.
No, I will say that the camera work has been stellar. So
No, but you're obligated to say that.
Hernandez carries on that outside, but he gets dropped by in the good sportsmanship. That's not number 11.
No, that can't be number 11.
No, there's
41, Oscar Cervantes.
Yeah. 41.
Yeah, 41. Going to be a loss of about 3 yards on the play.
Again, give to Hernandez. And he is stopped after maybe a 1 yard gain. Down under a minute left to go. Knights will travel to Wenatchee this Friday night to play Wenatchee up there. I'm not sure I would look for our broadcast. Keep your eyes on social media because we're not sure whether we're going to broadcast or not. But they got a good broadcast up. If they're doing it, rest assured, it's a great broadcast.
If it's the same team that did their Eastmont game from Friday night, it's a pretty good crew.
Lane gets a good tackle, brings him down from his outside linebacker.
Cool. Okay.
No, I think they were jumping up. He wondered if maybe he rolled over the top of him or something. I don't think there was any poor sportsmanship. I think it was like, no, are you down? Okay. Oh, here. Tap you on the shoulder. Who knows what's going on?
I think eyes turned red for a split second, and then they turned blue again.
So we'll pray. Actually, they say he went out of bounds because they stopped the clock. So.
Nope, it's still running.
Fourth down.
Likely the last play of the game here for the Tigers. Hand off to Hernandez. He's going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards.
They're not going to wave that down, and the Knights are going to win this game by a score of 42-7. So look to where the broadcast is, and with the clearing out of maybe some policy, I think there's a chance you might find a way to sneak into a game. I don't know of an away game. We just don't know. So keep your eyes on social media, and we'll see where the school announces what to go, and we'll try to get the word around. Knights win 42-7. You've been watching RoyalKnightsFootball.com. Thanks for watching.